Okay. First of all, I want to thank the fans. The fans were great all week. We had a big group out there in the stadium, so my hat's off to them. Bears fans always travel well, and that was proven again today. And then really thankful to the staff. Our logistics group, Kyle and Jay, and then security, Tarpey and Pete did a wonderful job all week. Team Ed and our equipment did a wonderful job as well. Grounds crew, Ken Marock had that field, our practice field all set. And our performance team working with our players, getting them ready to go. Salazar and Jimmy Arthur, and then Andre Tucker is our trainer, does a wonderful job as well. But again, most of all, thankful to the players. They did a really good job of leadership. We were out there, in the countryside a little bit, and but it was good. It was more like a training camp feel for us. And we're really big into building our relationships, with each other in the springtime and the summertime, and that paid off. Guys did a really good job the whole week working the plans. The coordinators did a nice job of that as well, getting those plans implemented. So they did a nice job there. In terms of the game evaluation, I thought was really good complementary football during the course of us, taking the ball away on defense and scoring those 14 points off of those takeaways. A couple of good 2-minute drives there, really good 2-minute drive at the half for the offense, and then a 4-minute at the end of the game, to expire it, waste some time there and do a good job with that. The DBs that came in, that we had some injuries. The DBs that came in there, Blackwell came in the middle of the game for Kyler. And obviously Jalen Jones did a nice job. Elijah Hicks did a nice job coming in there, and that's the partnership they have with their coaches. Coaches got them ready to go. We're always ready to go in terms of the depth part of it, and that's a good job of coaching those guys as well, but really good job of playing. A couple guys had really good games. Obviously, Caleb had a nice game. I always look at the QBR, and man, it was good. It was in the 120s again. Really good, solid work there by him in terms of distributing the ball to Cole. Cole had some really nice catches, a couple of touchdowns. First man in the history of ball to get 2 touchdowns and snap it right afterward. Maybe, I don't know. But then Keenan made some really nice catches out there, some tight windows. And, I thought our D-line really rushed well today, got some really good pressures in there. Linebackers, those guys are always playing hot, so it's a good day by all of them. And then working into the bye week, so we got the bye week here. Guys will come in, we'll evaluate this game, get it all cleaned up. And those guys really need to do a good job of taking care of their minds, their bodies, and their spirits to come back for our next rack of games that we have leading into this schedule. So with that, I'll take questions.
Matt, how important was it for Caleb and for you guys as a team for him to continue that progress that he's been making and that momentum that he's had?
Yeah, it's always good, right? That's consistency. You make the progress and you want it to be linear, but it's not always that way. But we feel that, he took a step in the right direction. Our football team took a step in the right direction of, playing that complementary football and him being able to distribute the ball and operate. We ran some, no huddle and some different things in there where he had to operate there at the line and did a nice job today.
How about his third down plays today when you get in those 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7? Those are not going to be highlight plays, but they're kind of the gritty, necessary plays that you need to keep going.
Yeah, you need those to keep the drives alive. We help expire the game at the end there with one of those slants, and it's important that even 3rd and 4th down, we're going to go for those things in the quad zone area. And, the plays got to be good, which Shane dialed up some good plays today, and they got to execute them. So overall, it was good.
Coach, you mentioned Caleb's continued growth to start the season. What is it that you've seen from him that separates him from other rookie quarterbacks that you've seen throughout your career?
Just his ability to learn, and grow and want to get better. He knows that he's always working and improving and growing. He knows that it's going to be this year's a big year for him to be able to learn the game up here. And, he's always been good enough in terms of the talent and those things, but he's learning the game and learning our offense and learning our skill sets that we have and learning new things that they can do, so there's a lot. Our guys have wide skill sets, so we want to utilize those guys' skill sets to be able to widen that so we can really expand our offense as we go through the year. So he's doing a good job with that.
Coach, how is Kyler Gordon?
Well, Kyler's, so I'll go back to the injury report. So we reported a couple. So we got Kyler Gordon's hamstring, so he ended up feeling a hamstring right there in one of those plays in the second half. And Like I said, Blackwell did a nice job coming in, and then our long snapper Scott Daly's got a knee, so we'll see where that is as well as we get back to Hallis Hall tomorrow.
Kyler seemed like he was moving around okay after the game. Is your early impression of that it's minor?
We'll see. I'm hopeful that's what it is. I am. Kyler's a really good player for us. He plays at the hot spot for us at the nickel. So, yeah, we're hopeful.
Keenan Allen, I mean, the stat line aside, the production aside, the role he played, the effect he had in your passing game, is that what you envisioned when you guys brought him in?
Yeah, we've all seen it, right? He's had a long career. He's made a lot of plays. He's always open, that guy, right? I've tried to double cover him in front, behind, sideways. It doesn't work. He's always open, so he's an exciting player.
Coach, you mentioned the.
I'll come back to you.
Sorry, Coach, you mentioned the fans there at the beginning, and there was definitely the feel of a home game out there with the atmosphere and the noise. How much of an impact would you say that had on your team's performance? Raising their
I think a
spirits?
big impact. It always is. I know this wasn't considered a home game, but I think we went 9 straight now at home, so it's always a big impact. Our fans in Chicago do a great job of that. Are loud and always into the game, and they impact it. It's very difficult for the other team.
Brian Thomas has had an impressive start to his rookie career, but he had 3 catches today. How did you manage to neutralise him so effectively?
Yeah, he's a heck of a player. He really is. I watched a lot of tape on him during the draft process, and man, he's good. He's fast. He can go. He can get the deep ball, and he's going to have an outstanding career. For himself and for the Jags. So he's exciting to watch, and in terms of the 3 catches, that's NFL ball, right? That's the way it goes sometimes.
Is there a difference between Josh Blackwell coming in a pinch and Cole Kmet coming in a pinch like he did? Because Josh does that all week, and Cole probably not very much. Is that from your perspective? Is that a little bit of a different? Is there a different?
Yeah, Cole. We practice that every Thursday. He gets the short snaps and long snaps every Thursday. It's part of our routine that we have because he is the backup. So he does a good job with those guys. A couple snaps were high, but he did a good job.
How big of an impact did DeAndre Swift make both running pass and receiving?
Very big, very big. The big thing about Swift is just get him out in space, because then he can be electric. And he's running the ball. I was really pleased how he ran the ball today. I think it was in the 5s, and I think their run average was in the low 4s, I believe. So it was both good on both regards in terms of the average. But you need some explosives, and you got to limit those on defense. And I thought we did that on both sides of the ball today. But again, that's the perimeter blocking, the line, finishing everything they do, and playing the way we play.
Two more. The interception that Caleb threw could have been pivotal in the game. What did it do for you guys that your defense came out there and got a 3-and-out right away? And how does that speak to the blueprint that you and Ryan had in place for a rookie quarterback coming in?
Yeah, just, we understand that might happen on occasion. And that was a shot that we took. That should be our ball or no one's. But they ended up coming up with made a nice play on it, and our defense responded. I always talk to the guys about responding. Complementary football is about helping the other person out. So when something happens, or good or bad, you take advantage of the great opportunity and make it even better. Or when something happens that we just was unforeseen, then they rise up to the occasion and help the other person out, other group out. And that's what complementary football is.
3 wins in a row. You're 4-2. Your quarterback's playing well. How do you feel right now about the direction the Bears are going?
I think we're in a good spot. I really do. I think we got a lot of improvement to do. But for the first 6 games, I think we're in a good spot. And we have to get our minds and our bodies and everything right to go on to these next 6 games, starting with the first one.
Elijah Hicks had a big game today in some important times. How important is it to have a character like that in the defense? It's
great. It's great. You have a guy that's in a backup role that's working his butt off on special teams, and then he gets his opportunity, and then you see him perform like that. Even Blackwell, Jalen Jones, all those guys. It's always good to see that because they're working at it just like everybody else. And when they get their opportunity and they seize that opportunity and play well, it's always fun to see.
Thank you, guys.